Presenting the baddest, the bougiest, the thickest planet of all time, I think, 55 Cancri E. Whoa, whoa, whoa! We need to get to know this planet first. I know all of you are super eager to jump right in, but hold your rovers. Anyway, during the course of this video, we will be discussing everything you need to know before you consider having a relationship with 55 Cancri E. First up, let's compare this planet to the one we already know and love to destroy, Earth. The gravitational acceleration on Earth, as we all know it, is 9.807 meters per second, or as we like to round to, 10. But if we move over to 55 Cancri E, the gravitational acceleration more than doubles to 21.6 meters per second. This means that this would look more like this. You would feel more than 2 times as heavy than you actually are. The force of gravity wouldn't affect the strength of your bones, but it would make it harder for you to move, which should be no problem for those of you who spend hours and hours at a time at your desk studying. And luckily for you, this planet is so close to its star that the same side is always facing it. This means that it's always day on one side and always night on the other, which means more time for you to study. But let's ask ourselves a question. If the gravitational force is different on 55 Cancri E in comparison to Earth, how would objects orbiting the planet be affected? To answer your question, they'd have to move a lot faster. The International Space Station orbits the Earth at 17,500 miles per hour, or 7,823 meters per second. Any satellite orbiting 55 Cancri E at the same distance above the planet's surface would have to be traveling at 1.6 times 10 to the 4th power meters per second, or 16,000 meters per second.
Gotta go fast.
Since the satellite travels so fast, it makes 1.75 times 10 to the 1st power orbits around 55 Cancri E in 24 hours. That's 17 and a half orbits. It's actually not too far off from the 16 times the International Space Station orbits the Earth in 24 hours. From center to center, 55 Cancri E is 2.35 times 10 to the 9th, or 2,350,000,000 meters away from its star. While that may seem like a lot, the Earth is more than 148,059,648,000 meters away from the Sun. Because 55 Cancri E is really clingy and has no sense of personal space, one side of the planet is covered with flowing lava and the other has layers and layers of concealed magma. Now, even though 55 Cancri E is thicker than a Snicker, she still orbits her star. Throughout the entire orbit, 55 Cancri E travels at 2.32 times 10 to the 5th, or 232,000 meters per second. This is substantially faster than the speed of Earth's orbit around the Sun, which is 29,951.6 meters. Let's talk about 55 Cancri A, the hunky, glowing love interest of 55 Cancri E. This boy is so hot that he is 5,280 Kelvin, but he's a little dim, as they are these days. He only shines at about 58% the luminosity of the sun. But really, all that matters is, this guy's on fire. Although 55 Cancri E is a little bit ugly on the outside, she's beautiful on the inside. Maybe. She's carbon-rich and high in pressure and temperature, so it's possible that her interior is made out of diamonds. So now that you know all that you need to about this planet, are you ready for some space exploration? Now is the time to get those rovers out and start exploring.